You know how you can just stare at the moon forever, but the sun, you can't even look at it for a second? Well, have you ever wondered why that is? We're about to dive into this incredible Korean folktale that has a pretty wild answer to that very question.
Yeah, it sounds like a simple question, right? But the answer this old myth gives us, wow, it is anything but simple. We're talking about a terrifyingly hungry tiger, a heart pounding chase, and even a little trip up to the heavens. So let's get right into it. Okay, so our story begins in a way a lot of these old tales do. Picture this, a cozy little home tucked away deep in the Korean mountains. And in this home lives a mother who's working super hard to raise her two little kids, a boy and a girl. So, one night, she's rushing home. She's got this basket of rice cakes that she earned from a long day's work, and she decides to take a shortcut through this quiet mountain pass. Big mistake. As it starts to get dark, this shadow just peels itself away from the rocks, and she realizes it's a huge tiger, and it is standing right in her way.
And the tiger's demand? It's as simple as it is terrifying. Give me a rice cake or I'll eat you. So, of course, she's scared out of her mind. She throws at a rice cake just hoping it'll go away. But oh no, this was just the start of it.
You see, at every single mountain pass she came to, the tiger was there, waiting. And every single time, it demanded another rice cake, one after another, until her basket was totally empty. And when she had absolutely nothing left to give, the tiger ate her. Just gone. But the tiger, its hunger, was just not satisfied. In a really gruesome twist, it puts on the mother's clothes, sort of disguising itself, and starts heading for her house. And inside, her two kids are just waiting, so excited for their mom to come home. When the tiger gets to the door, the kids know something's wrong right away. The voice is all wrong, it's super hoarse. They peek through a crack in the door and see these really rough, kind of hairy hands. But every time they ask a question, this clever tiger has a lie all ready to go. They end up letting her in, and that's when the whole disguise just falls apart. The kids spot it, this horrifying, striped tail just peeking out from under their mother's skirt. And in that 1 second, they know that's not their mom. There's a monster in their house. Okay, so thinking on his feet, the brother is like, hey, we need to go to the outhouse. It's a trick, of course. The second they're outside, they make a run for it. They just bolt across the yard and scramble all the way to the top of this big tree by the well, their hearts probably beating out of their chests. So the tiger comes out and is furious, demanding to know how they got up there. The brother, he's super clever. He tells the tiger to rub sesame oil on the trunk to climb it. Of course, this just makes the tree impossibly slippery. The tiger is just slipping and sliding, getting nowhere. And in that moment of relief, the little sister starts to laugh, and she accidentally blurts out the real secret. You should use an axe to chop steps. Oh, it was a huge, huge mistake. The tiger hears this, grabs an axe from a woodshed, and just starts hacking away at the tree trunk. Chop, chop, chop. And with every single chop, it's getting higher and closer to the terrified kids. I mean, they have nowhere to go. They're at the very top of the tree, and the tiger's claws are getting closer by the second. They do the only thing they can do. They look up to the sky. It's their last hope.
And so, with everything on the line, they pray. They basically ask the heavens to choose for them. If you want to save us, they cry, send down a strong new rope. But if this is the end, send a rotten one. And you won't believe it. Almost right away, this beautiful, strong, golden rope comes down from the clouds. The brother and sister grab on tight, and they're just pulled up, up, up into the sky, way out of the tiger's reach. Down below, the tiger is watching all of this, just fuming. And in its greed, it tries to copy them. It makes the same prayer demanding a rope for itself. Well, the heavens answer again, but this time, the rope that comes down is old, frayed, and totally rotten. But the tiger is so blinded by its own greed, it doesn't even notice. It starts to climb. It doesn't get very far. The rope snaps, and the tiger just plummets out of the sky, crashing into a field of sorghum. And the story goes that its blood is what stained the stalks of the sorghum plant, and that's why they're still reddish today. So the tiger is finally gone, but the kids, they're not on Earth anymore. They're up in the heavens. And this is the part of the story where everything changes, not just for them, but for our whole world. What we're looking at here is a perfect example of something called an etiological myth. That's just a fancy way of saying it's a story that was made up to explain, well, to explain why things are the way they are. It's more than just a scary story. And think about it. This one story explains three totally different things, right? It explains why sorghum stalks are red, it explains where the moon came from, and it explains where the sun came from. The brother, he became the moon to watch over the night, and his sister, she became the sun. And this brings us right back to our original question. According to the tale, the sister was actually really shy. She hated the idea of people down on Earth just staring up at her all day. So she came up with a plan. To keep people from looking, she decided to shine with this incredibly powerful, brilliant light, a light so bright that none of us can ever look directly at her. You know, a story like this is such a great reminder that humans have always used stories to try and make sense of the world around them. I mean, they explain everything from why a plant is a certain color to why a star is so bright. And it kind of makes you think, doesn't it? What are the stories we're telling ourselves right now, today, to explain the things we still can't quite figure out?